roughly 6 months ago, I made a video how I thought that Dak Prescott was an overrated quarterback, and I thought he could be the next Colin Kaepernick. Could be. It's not a definite, though. And when I look at him, I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that people are saying that this guy's the next Tom Brady. This guy's not the next Tom Brady. And I don't understand why Max Kellermans keep on comparing him to Tom Brady. And they always compare the interception numbers. They always compare that. But there's so much of a big difference between it. The Cowboys are so much of an offensive team to start off, and that offense is absolutely stacked. When I look at that, Jason Witten and Dez Bryant, that offensive line, Ezekiel Elliott, it's unbelievable how good that talent is. And when I look at this, I look at their offense, and I just feel as if, yeah, you should do pretty well with that offense. You should. And I know in 2015 they didn't have the same success, but I think it's because they did not have an elite running back. The Dallas Cowboys need to have an elite running back. Ever since Jerry Jones took over of the Dallas Cowboys in the late 80s, he's always emphasized running the football. Emmitt Smith was the best player on the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s during their second dynasty. And I just look at it, I just value Ezekiel Elliott much more than Dak Prescott. I just feel like people are doing it the other way around. And people say Ezekiel Elliott is only good because of the offensive line. That's absolutely ridiculous. Elliott can be just as good, or maybe not just as good, but I would still think he would still be good without that stack of O-line if he had like an average or maybe just a bad O-line. I've seen him do some pretty good moves when he hasn't had the good blocking. I've seen him do that. But when I look at Dak Prescott, you have that stack of offensive line. Yeah, you should do well, and I just don't think that if you're just a side card on that offense, you're really just not going to do so well. Is he the best player on offense? I doubt it. I think I look at Ezekiel, I look at Tyrone Smith, I look at Jason Witten. I think they're all better than Dak Prescott. I think Travis Patrick is better than Dak Prescott. Yes, I know it's a quarterback-driven league, but how the Cowboys play football is they believe in running the football, and that's how it works. And when I look at Dak Prescott, I just thought when he ever throws the ball, he's never throwing it to a tight window because his offense is so stacked, and partially the defense is so concerned with the fact that Ezekiel Elliott is running the football. It's not the other way around. It's not because Dak Prescott's throwing the football. That's why Ezekiel Elliott's doing well. No, it's because they're so scared of Ezekiel Elliott. The opponent's defenses will focus more on Elliott than they'll focus on Prescott. That is the truth. Some of the game-winning drives, they're using Ezekiel Elliott and still running the football. That's how good Ezekiel Elliott is, versus Dak Prescott doesn't really have that. And I just don't get it. When you have Dez Bryant should be at least a 1,000-yard receiver, at least, and I would say he should have close to double-digit touchdown passes, because when I look at this, he is definitely a great wide receiver in this league. He's easily can be a top 5 wide receiver in this league, but partially Dak Prescott won't throw him the ball. The only time Dak Prescott wants to throw him the ball is when he's throwing against bad secondaries. I think of that to myself in the head. I've seen Dez Bryant go one-on-one against Richard Sherman. He's not scared of any cornerback in this league. I've seen him get 60 yards against Richard Sherman. That's a pretty good day. And I saw him make a big clutch catch at the end of the game in 2014 in Seattle. It's not even in Dallas. It was in Seattle. That was a clutch moment from him. And when I look at this, I just think that you should do so much better. And plus, he doesn't throw the ball that much. So it's just proof that it's just Ezekiel Elliott. So just constantly running the ball. He had less than 500 attempts last year. And I just look at that and think to myself, there's going to be times where you have to throw the ball more. And the issue is he has so much talent around him, it's hard for me to jump to say he's the next Tom Brady. When Tom Brady stepped into the NFL offensively, he had no Hall of Fame offensive talent on him whatsoever. Versus the Dallas Cowboys, Jason Witten's a Hall of Famer. Tyrone Smith is a Hall of Famer. Dez Bryant, yeah, if you throw him the freaking football, he's a Hall of Famer. And when I look at this, Tom Brady didn't have near as much talent. And sure, Tom Brady didn't throw the ball that much, but he's throwing to Troy Brown and Chris Givens. Troy Brown was more of a very versatile player, and Givens was kind of a decent wide receiver. Like, those guys weren't really 1,000-yard receivers at all, even before Tom Brady got here, and even after Tom Brady was established there. And once he got Randy Moss, then he lit up the league. So I just don't look at this guy. I just don't see the next Tom Brady. And I just don't think he's that clutch. I really don't think he's that clutch. And yeah, sure, he's got a good amount of game-winning drives. I believe he had 5 game-winning drives in 2016. Know who had the most game-winning drives in 2015? Carson Palmer. He's had 1 playoff win in his entire career since he was drafted by the Bengals in 2003. 1 freaking playoff win. And this guy is considered, you can't consider him clutch because he has the most game-winning drives in 2015. You gotta be kidding me. No, Dak Prescott, I give him the same crap there too, because Ezekiel Elliott, to be honest, they're still running the ball in some of those moments too. They're still running the ball, getting those game-winning drives and whatnot. And I just look at this and think to myself, how can this guy be considered the next Tom Brady? It's completely asinine, and you're just jumping the gun. And this is just something about the sports and the mainstream world, or mainstream sports media. This is what they do. They're so quickly to announce a guy to be the next great. Once a player does great, they're quickly going to announce, oh, this guy's the next so-and-so. LeBron James had exactly this. Everyone was talking about how LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Hell, even when LeBron James finally won one title with a super team, he finally won one title, they were quickly saying that this guy's the greatest player of all time. That's completely asinine. Stop it, mainstream media. And that's what they're doing with Dak Prescott, and that's what I see in Max Kellerman. Sure, it's good for you. Sure, you're allowed to have your opinion, but I just really disagree with it. And when I look at this, I'm not pro Tony Romo. I also think Tony Romo was overrated quarterback. I made the same video around the same amount of time. And I just look at it and just look at Dak Prescott. And yeah, sure, he's better than Romo. Romo was pretty good. Dak Prescott is good. But if he's going to be the next Tom Brady, he has to look great. He has to look great. And when I just look at this, Tom Brady had an absolutely spectacular career. And to be honest, Dak Prescott opened his career with a playoff loss. And I just think of it to myself, it was a good game. It was probably the best playoff game if you disinclude the Super Bowl and whatnot. But overall, Dak Prescott, good quarterback, not a great quarterback, not a top 10 quarterback, but he definitely has a bright career. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe for more options. I'll see you guys later. Peace.